Vatos Locos. It's your boy Dave from the Shoe Shine coming at you Wednesday night for Tailgate Talk NFL Week 7. Joining me all the way from the city of brotherly love, Mr. 5-1 Philly Eagles, Drew Evo. Que pasa? We are on the same side of the fence this time, huh? 5-1, and we're sitting in great company like Detroit Lions. I mean, it don't feel so special anymore. 5-1. 5-1. Who else is 5-1? Detroit Lions is 5-1. Oh,
Kansas
man.
City.
My homegirl Rhonda with the Kansas City. Yeah. Why do I always call them KFC? Kansas City's 5-1. Detroit Lions are 5-1. And Drew, I think you guys got a hard test this week because you guys are in the Sunday night football game. All eyes are going to be on you guys versus the Dolphins and Tua. Is Tua going to be able to pull off what he did against that crappy team, pulling up 70 points? I think not, man. I think your defensive line is going to come alive this Sunday. But that's a hot game. Two teams, 5-1, man. Wow.
Yeah, but the thing about it is they've been blowing out bad teams. So now, I don't know how they're the top three in the power rankings, but media just like saying on Philly.
Right. Shout out to Paul Martinez, who's dropping the first comment. He said, I was shocked to see the score for the Niners game. Paul, I was just as shocked to see how poor they played. But again, apparently the Browns are the number one defense right now, Drew. And let me tell you, man, they played scrappy as hell. They just would not let us get the game going. Two major injuries. Christian McCaffrey, our MVP running back, injured. It looks like he's going to be out this week again for Monday Night Football, which actually, guys, by the way, if you catch the Shoe Shine will be on immediately after Monday Night Football. Of course, the 49ers are taking on the Vikings, Drew. And by the way, I got a funny picture, man. You remember you didn't take that bet, and I just saw my homeboy's speech recently, the comedian buddy of mine. He's a hardcore Vikings fan. In fact, they got a Vikings bar right here in Las Vegas, and he goes to that damn thing. Every time he's here, he's like, do you want to go with me to the Vikings bar? And I'm like, hell no. You know what? When you dress like this, Speech, I will go with you to a bar. And there's my homeboy's speech. Apparently, somebody on Facebook said he looks better as a Niners fan, and I happen to agree. Look at that. That cracks me up. Whoever did that is pretty damn funny. We're playing the Vikings, so if Speech wants to call in, I'll be glad to take a bet with you, Speech, because I think I got my money on the Niners being 6-1 on Monday night. But yeah, shocked I was too, man. Definitely shocked. Ooh, Paul says the Dolphins are going to win. We haven't even got to that yet, or the spread or anything, Drew. But I'll let you answer that, Drew. I saw some crazy shit again in NFL this week. Again, fights seem to be the big story this year. There's fights everywhere. It's getting more and more dangerous to go to a damn game. I was shocked that the Chargers, and shout out to all the Chargers fans that listen. I know your boy, is it your boy that's a Chargers fan that joined us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have loved to have had him here because they came pretty close to upsetting the Dallas Cowboys, but this shit is just out of control, guys. You guys been seeing this stuff going on in the stadiums across the city. I'm trying to see why is my video not working? Let's see. I guess I can't play video clips, huh? I don't have it set up the way I normally do. Let's see. No, I can't play video clips. Again, I'm not using the Shoe Shine format, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But, you guys all have seen the Chargers and Cowboys. The other thing was that lady that went viral from the Chargers, man. They said she was a paid actress or some shit. She reminded me of that goofy little Puerto Rican kid from the Marlins games that went viral years back. You remember that kid that was dancing all horny and shit? Well, this lady kind of reminded me of that because she was so goofy and all. But you guys can go check out those videos, and I'll figure out why I'm not showing videos on this format. All right, Drew, let's get into some wagers because Thursday Night Football, speaking of friends of the show, he hasn't called in a minute, but Johnny Savage, the Jaguars fan, my homeboy from Los Angeles, he's been telling me how great the Jaguars are, but his quarterback's hurt, and he's very questionable, Drew. Trey Lawrence is questionable tomorrow with an MCL potential tear or something, and they say he was braced up practicing, but he's very questionable. But even with the potential for a backup quarterback on Thursday Night Football. They got the Jaguars as the favorite here. And I wanted to know what you think. Of course, they're going against a very tough team. Well, the Saints are kind of tough. But here's the thing. Jaguars have not beat the Saints in 5 straight. And they're the better team this year, the Jaguars. So are they going to fall apart tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football?
I wouldn't say they're a better team than the Saints. I think they're like the same. They're the same type of team, I think. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to pick the Saints to beat the Jaguars.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think the Saints have a good defense. Derek Carr is actually making plays for them. And I think the Saints are somewhat of a sleeper to make the playoffs, even to win the division. So I would pick the Saints to win. I'm probably going to go maybe 27-21.
Oh, that's interesting. That's about right. The over is 40 points. The Saints are the spread favorite coming in at -1. So obviously the sportsbook think it's going to be a very competitive game. But I think I'm going to go with the Jaguars upsetting the losing streak. I'm going to lay the +1 on the Jaguars. And I hope to God Johnny Savage didn't hear that. Sorry, guys, if I sound a little congested still. I've been dealing with this freaking cough, man. It won't go away, the congestion. Just talking to my the guy that's going to do my backyard, Drew, and he's telling me he's had this cough for a month. So whatever nasty cough is going around Vegas, he's had it for a month. I'm going on almost 10 days. All right, that's Thursday Night Football. Let's get into Sunday morning. Sunday, of course, Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. The Bills are kind of hot right now, 4-2. Even though their quarterback, Josh Allen, didn't play that great last week. Man, the Patriots cannot be a worse team this year. This one is way too easy to call. Buffalo Bills, -9 on the spread. I'm laying the -9. They're going to beat that spread easily, Drew. Those are going to run all over. Why are the Patriots so damn bad this year?
I think it's going to a point that the Patriots are heading towards a full rebuild.
Right.
So, like, Matt Jones may not be the answer at quarterback for them. Like, they'll lose they have injuries, but it looks like that they're going to be heading towards a complete rebuild. And there's been rumors going around that this may be Belichick's last season coaching there. They may have mutually part ways because will he want to be part of a rebuild?
Yeah, I agree with you, Drew. They definitely seem to be headed in that direction, 1-5. Even though Paul Martinez says he thinks he'll take the Pats for the upset, that would be a massive upset. In fact, look at that. You put $100 on the Pats for the upset, you're getting rewarded with $300. That is not bad. That's a really, if you feel that strong, you could bet. Again, I think Paul, my homeboy, is in California.
Yeah,
but $300.
I would have bet the Patriots in this game. I think the Patriots could be blown out.
Yeah, this is a game where I think even if Josh Allen wasn't playing, they got this in the bag. That's an easy one to call. All right, Detroit Lions and Baltimore Ravens. This is a pretty competitive game. The sports book here at DraftKings got it +3 for Detroit Lions, -3 for the Ravens. And I'm finding it hard to understand why they think the Ravens are going to beat a 5-1 team. Drew, can you help me understand that? Why the sportsbook think that they're going to take the 5-1 Detroit Lions?
This is possibly, besides the Chiefs, the next best test on the road against the Baltimore Ravens.
Who are 4-2. They're 4-2.
Which is 4-2, which is supposed to be one of the favorites to win the AFC and everything. But I'm going with the road team, the Lions, to go 6-1 in this game. I think they'll improve defense, even though their secondary is banged up and everything. I think their defense is really improved. I think the offense is always good. And Baltimore's defense is very questionable to me, and I just don't think they're going to be able to beat this Lions team. I'm going Baltimore and I will pick. I'm gonna pick 31-20
All right.
lines.
30. Yeah, I'm actually going to go with you on that one, True. I think I would take on this one, I would take the money line on Detroit Lions, 136 plus 136. Yeah, I'm favoring Detroit Lions. I'm going to go against the grain here. Now, this is an interesting game. Atlanta Falcons versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got it pretty close, plus 2.5 for Falcons, negative 2.5 for the Buccaneers. What are your thoughts on the Buccaneers, man? Beating the Falcons?
I would pick Tampa. If this get here's the thing, who's the home team? It's probably Tampa Bay, right?
Well, let's check it out. They're both. It looks like they're well. Buccaneers are ahead 3-2 because they had the bye week. The Falcons are coming in at 3-3. And
So
it doesn't say where they're playing.
if they'll probably pay the Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's the favorite and everything. So I don't know. I would go Tampa Bay and I would take the spread.
The spread is, like I said, it's a closely contested game. Buccaneers by a negative 2.5, and you're gonna go with the Buccaneers, you say?
Yeah, I'll go with the Buccaneers. I'll take the spread 2.5.
All right, let's do that. To take the spread on that. The Buccaneers. Never been a fan of Atlanta. Any of the Atlanta sports teams, whether it's the Braves, sorry, don't hate on me. Falcons, Hawks. So I have to go with Tampa Bay. All right, now, okay. Now, this was a huge upset to me. I didn't realize how scrappy and how good defensively Cleveland Browns were. They really banged up the Niners this past weekend. And it's hard to go undefeated, Drew, just as the Eagles had a hard time staying undefeated. You can only stay undefeated so long as the team is in full health. I really like the Cleveland Browns, the way they play, and I can't believe they're playing so well with their backup quarterback. And it looks like they'll be using the backup quarterback again until the quarterback maybe another week. But they're playing pretty damn freaking good, man, against the Indiana Colts. -3 for Cleveland Brown, +3 on the spread. I'm going with the Browns, man. They've got all the momentum in this one.
Yeah, I would go with the Browns. Browns have a top 5 defense. I think the running game will be there. I think they're going to have to use the running game a lot more this game. So I'm picking the Browns. I'll go 21-10. I'll go with the Browns on this. I think the Browns defense is for real. Like, they exposed the Niners. Really, to tell you the truth, they exposed the Niners and everything when McCaffrey and Debo were in the back. They kind of did expose Brock Purdy and the Niners. So
yeah, they pressured the hell out of Brock Purdy, so much that he couldn't get the ball to Kittle. I'm like, damn, Kittle's a great tight end. You didn't give an opportunity to him. They just put so much pressure on him. He couldn't even connect with George Kittle, one of the top tight ends in the nation. So I was surprised by how well they play. I won't be surprised if they win this game very, very easily. Paul Martinez says, hey, Colts, they may surprise us, though.
Nah, I look at it like this. Anthony Richardson's out for the year. The rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson, is out for shoulder surgery. That's going to be questions for them for the future. Can this kid stay healthy? Because he was hurt every game this year that he played in. Gardner Minshew, he's bound to make a mistake and everything with pressure on him. And now it's his chance to audition for another team if he wants. Then take this team for the rest of the year. But I don't think they have what it takes to beat this Browns defense to score. They outscore the Browns even with a backup quarterback because they're in the same boat with P.J. Walker as their backup quarterback. But I don't know. I just see it as a 21-10 game. I think 21 would be enough for Cleveland to beat the Colts because I just don't see the Colts put up many points.
There you have it. There you have it. Washington Commanders started off so freaking hot at the beginning of the season. They've almost fizzled out now, of course. Now we really know what they're worth. But they're still 3-3 respectively, playing 500 ball. and they're going up against the Giants that seem to be again in a rebuilding year. I don't even know if their running back is back. Is their running back star back yet or what?
I look at it like this: the Giants were supposed to take that big that step forward from they were a playoff team last year. They were supposed to be a little better and everything, but I said the Giants were not going to be better because they didn't address needs, which was wide receiver, legit number one wide receiver for Daniel Jones to have a target to throw to, and everything, and it shows now. Daniel Jones is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league, and he has 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in his appearances, and he's questionable to play again because of his neck injury.
So it's only going to get worse for the Giants. Excuse me. Why do they think this game is going to be close? Excuse me.
It's a division game. NFC East divisional games are normally close.
All right.
And everything, but I don't see this being as competitive as people see it. I can see the Commanders winning this by at least 2 touchdowns and everything. I would go 31 to 14.
Damn, that's way over. They think it's only going to be 39 points. The over is 39 points, Drew. If you think they win by 2 touchdowns, you could definitely lay that bet on the -2.5 on the spread. Commanders, that looks like an easy. But you say it'll be competitive against a 1-5 team. I hope the Commanders don't play to the level of the Giants. That'll be a poor game to watch this Sunday morning.
They've done it already in Washington against Chicago Bears in 0-14 and get blown out by them.
All right, then that leaves us with the Raiders, which is my new hometown of Las Vegas. The Raiders, Jimmy G is still questionable. What kind of concussion did he do? This is so typical of Jimmy G. You guys get him, even whether he was with the 49ers or whatnot, injury after injury every year. You could expect him to be out 2 to 3. And, concussions, which is something we talk about a lot on our boxing program. But they really, with the NFL protocol now, they really take this serious. This should be his 3rd game miss over the concussion. They're serious, but I didn't know it was that bad. But even then, the Raiders are the favorite. The point spread is a -3, -155 on the money line. They're playing the Chicago Bears. Drew, I think this game's going to be kind of close. I kind of think, the Bears are coming off a loss, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm picking the Bears to beat the Raiders.
That would be embarrassing. Bears 1-5. Yeah. I think even without Jimmy G, what do you guys think? Drop it in the chat, man. 1-5, that would be just so embarrassing. Plus, the Raiders did pick up that game last night on Monday Night Football. And by the way, guys, I've got friends here that go have season tickets, and they just freaking love the halftime show at the Allegiant Stadium. I mean, you got Too Short. You got all these great Bay Area rap talents. I think they had Warren G, too, from L.A. come out and perform. They just put on some amazing half. Somebody invite me to the Raiders game already, man. I can't afford that. that shit is hot, man. It's a really nice stadium, Drew. One that I'm excited to go to. I haven't been there. One that I think, with all this bullshit that we've been talking about, the sphere, that circular globe thing, dude, forget all that, man. Get a boxing match event. Get 2 big stars, and let's get a fight at Allegiant Stadium. They have concerts, man. They're doing concerts that sell 30,000, 40,000 people. You could do that potentially with a boxing match. Match up Canelo against David Benavidez, and you might just have the first boxing event at the Raiders Stadium.
Dave, I'll be honest, when it comes to the Raiders, I'm anxious when we do our off-season plan for each NFL team, what I think about the Raiders going to do or need to do and everything. Because I believe already a lot has to be done for the Raiders.
Yeah, well, they'll be playing, like I said, the Bears are 1-5, and another team that's 1-5. They have the big surprise win over the Cardinals are 1-5, but they have that one big upset win this year against the Dallas Cowboys. One that we talked with Derek Ware. He was on our show, former Cardinals and Dallas Cowboys player. I was surprised they beat the Dallas Cowboys. Can they pull off any other wins like that, or I mean, essentially going to be a 1-15 team or 2-14?
The thing about the Cardinals is they're in every game they play it. They are in every game they play it, so it's not like they're getting blown out.
Yeah, and they'll be playing the Seahawks. 3-2. That they're up against a mighty. This like we said. You just talked about divisional games. NFC West. I kind of need them. Gotta need them to upset Seahawks. I don't like the Seahawks being at 3-2, being closely on the heels of the 49ers. It could be 4-2.
The Seahawks are coming off a loss to the Bengals, so I'm going to pick Seahawks in this game. I really think. Here's the thing: the Seahawks are a team that's going to be probably one of the wild card spots, and they're going to be an easy out and everything because they're not as good as last year. And when I thought that their defense was somewhat being improved and everything, it just isn't. It's still the same defense and everything. So I'm going Seattle in a close game. I just think that Arizona blows it at the end and everything. But Seattle is an average team at best.
They're average. All right. Well, they'll end up being 4-2 if you're right. And the odds makers got them as the -7.5 spread favorite, -325 on the money line. I got to favor the Seahawks. Yeah, I would find it very difficult to see Arizona Cardinals beating them this Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Well, they're right. They're kind of on our heels here as a 49ers fan. All right, Drew, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the LA Rams. +3 for the Pittsburgh Steelers and a -3 for the LA Rams. What's your thoughts on this East Coast, West Coast game?
I don't think that the offensive line of the Steelers is going to be able to protect Pickett from the Rams, from Aaron Donald. I see multiple sacks coming and everything. Rams got a good young defense. Not a lot of superstars on it. It's a guy, no-name guys that do their jobs and everything. I'm picking the Rams to win this game, and I'm picking the Rams by at least 10 in this game. I think that just these Cooper Cobb is going to be too much for them, for their defense. I just don't see how Pittsburgh can win here. There's not really a lot of passing victory for the Steelers to win in this game. So I'm going to pick the Rams by 10.
All right, the Steelers are 3-2. They had that bye week, true. They're the fresher team, but again, the Rams they have more momentum going in their favor at 3-3. They would also be on their fourth win, and they're division rivals with the 49ers. Let's see what they got it here at DraftKings. They got the LA Rams -3 favorites. So I'm going to lay that -3 on the LA Rams. I agree with you on that. Damn. Well, I think the NFC West is kind of a hot division right now. Well, anyways, let's go with the next game. This one should be very easy to call. We just saw the LA Chargers almost, beat Dallas Cowboys. We started off the show talking about crazy Chargers fans. And, Drew, the Chargers got this situation where a lot of the San Diego fans don't drive up to LA. So even though they got a beautiful new place to play and all, mainly they get a lot of fans from other cities going, and that's kind of why they're having these incidents of violence and whatnot. But they're up against a real tall task. Rhonda's Kansas City Chiefs, 5-1. Mahomes is playing really good now. Mahomes here and Kansas City Chiefs are the -5.5 favorites. This one's too easy to call. I'm going with the Chiefs on -5.5. But can the LA Chargers do something here?
Yo, Dave, you know that ever since Patrick Mahomes came into the league, he's been undefeated in division games.
He's like 900 or something. I close to it. Yeah.
He's never lost a division game in his career. So I don't think it's going to start now. I think they're going to beat the Chargers in a close game. The thing about this Chiefs team this year, they're not high power. They're not a high power offense. They're not going to score points like they did in past years. They win the games, and their defense is pretty good.
Man, I'm gonna be pissed if my homegirl Rhonda calls me to brag that the Chiefs are 6-1, which they most likely, of course, will be. I'll be mad because that's a 49. I think the 49ers are going to be 6-1. Yeah, Chargers are 2-3. They're scrappy though. But you're right, Drew. Hard to go against a guy with those statistics. The guy is undefeated in divisional play in the AFC West. You say that's crazy. So yeah, I would definitely take the -5.5. Or if you're so inclined, the money line is a -250. Nah, I wouldn't go that. I'd do the spread. Definitely go with the spread. All right, at 1:25 p.m. Sunday, we got Green Bay Packers versus Denver Broncos. Former Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell. What do you think about this game? Very close. DraftKings got this game -1 for Green Bay Packers, +1 on the spread for Denver Broncos.
I really think by the end of the year, the Denver Broncos are going to move on from Russell Wilson. And I think the Denver Broncos, as you've been seeing these moves happen, releasing some of the best defensive talent and trading some of the best defensive talent, it tells you that Denver's heading into a complete rebuild. And to have that salary on their table, Russell Wilson, it was a big mistake trading all these first-round picks for him and signing him to that contract. I think they're going to buy him out or trade him.
1-5? 1-5 for the Broncos? At the very bottom of the AFC West. Wow.
And they gave up first-round pick for Sean Payton, too, the coach. So I don't know if Sean Payton's once part of a rebuild, but I don't know. I'm having the Packers win this. I think the Packers are borderline a 500 team at best and everything. Like, I think they need to give Jordan Love weapons next year in the draft or try to sign somebody to get this kid some weapons and everything. But I see the Packers winning this game. I don't think Denver's any good at all to win a game.
Yeah, 1-5. Wow. Yeah, and Lil Penny says, I think Russell Wilson is a tad washed up, but he's got something left in the tank. I'm waiting to see what he has left in the tank. I can remember when they were our nemesis here when the Seahawks were always taking the 49ers for a long stretch. We just couldn't beat Russell Wilson. I'm glad to see him kind of washed up at this point. You know, it's the same way I'll be happy when I see Mahomes washed up in 10 years or so.
I think it's the culture. He's not built for this. Like, he was when he played Seattle, there was a culture there.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, what was their coach with the gray hair?
Pete Carroll. But the thing about it is, people thought Russell was a glory hound and everything, and I thought that they said Pete favored Russell to, like, with the football in the Super Bowl, where they could have ran it in the 1 yard line. You chose to pass it to make Russell Wilson be the hero and everything, and you felt like so. It's like I just don't see. I think Russell Wilson best days are behind him, and Russell Wilson may be heading towards being a backup for the rest of his career soon.
No, I would take the retirement road. I can't see being a backup quarterback hanging out in the league. What is the point? They've got a nice pension. He can take a career in broadcasting, I'm sure. Would do just fine in broadcasting. Why even bother going that route, True? All right, well, that brings us up to Sunday's main event, Sunday Night Football. This one should be a banger. Miami Dolphins 5-1 against Philly Irish Drew Eagles. Cry Eagles. I'm sure somebody's going to drop that in the chat. Drew, you guys coming off a kind of an upset loss last week. Jalen Hurts didn't play his best, and he really needs to play his best against the Miami Dolphins. Or is the Miami Dolphins all hype? I got people in this chat saying Dolphins a potential Super Bowl team.
I'm going to be honest. The Eagles beat themselves against the Jets. It wasn't the Jets beating the Eagles. It was the Eagles beating themselves. And media is premature in these, Eagles are exposed talks and everything. No, Eagles beat themselves that game and everything. They made so many mistakes themselves. And, like, the play calling was horrible, terrible. The one pass ratio didn't make sense. The Jets ranked 29th against the one on defense. And they chose to call 45 pass plays to just 22 ones. It didn't make sense at all. And the thing is, I blame the offensive coordinator for that game plan and the play calling. I blame Nick Sirianni for not getting on his offensive coordinator and telling him to run the fucking ball. If Devontae Smith and the drop passes by Devontae Smith, the bad play, here's the thing. It was the worst you see Jalen Hurts, but the thing about it is, 2 of those interceptions weren't his fault. So, but Jalen Hurts did keep them in the game. And when I have to debate with a certain Niners fan on Twitter about Brock Purdy and everything.
Oh, you got into it with a Niners fan on Twitter?
Yeah, I had to really put it out. I was like this. That Cleveland game exposed the Niners.
Oh, shit.
That Cleveland game exposed Brock Purdy. When weapons are out, Purdy is a sitting duck. And here's the thing. When Jalen Hurts proved already multiple times, when weapons are out, Jalen adjusts and makes plays still. So here's the thing. The Philadelphia Eagles will win this game.
Paul Martinez says, what if the Dolphins blow out the Eagles? What if?
Here's the thing. They blew out teams with losing records. When they play teams with good records, it's a different story. When they went to Buffalo and played the Buffalo Bills after scoring that 70-point game, what happened, Dave? They lost 48-20. So I'm telling you this right now. The Eagles will win this game, get back on the right track, will keep the Dolphins offense off the field, and win the time of possession like they normally do with long drives, tiring defenses out, and win this game. In the Kelly Green throwbacks, the first time these are being worn in years. This team is going to be, I'm going to tell you this right now, it's going to be a 31-17 game for the Eagles.
Well, let's look at what the DraftKings has over 52 points as a negative 110 under 52. They expect this to be a high-scoring game, Drew.
The Dolphins' defense is average.
And the Eagles' defense is not average. Well, I got to agree with you there that I think the Eagles' defensive line is going to hold Tua to a minimum of points, but still be a high-scoring game. What do you think? What was your score again, you think?
I'm going 31-17 Eagles. Eagles have one of the best run defenses, and the Eagles' pass defense is getting a lot better, even though it does shorthanded secondary. This is the third week in a row that the Eagles have given up under 285 yards of offense against teams' offenses. The defense is getting better, is getting back on track. They're getting pressure on the quarterback. They're making plays. The Dolphins, if you look at it, And when you get pressure on Tua, he makes mistakes. Buffalo showed that. Other team, the Giants has showed that. He throws picks under pressure. They're going to be able to pressure him. That is the Achilles heel. If you can get pressure on Tua, you're going to make him make mistakes.
Now, Paul says 28-21 Dolphins. I got it pretty close in the opposite direction. I think the Phillies are going to score 30-32, and I think the Dolphins are going to easily score at least 3 touchdowns, maybe 24 points. I would be comfortable going with the over 52 points this Sunday at 5:20 game. I think it's going to be a great Sunday night football game. I'm just debating what am I going to eat. This is a game I have to watch. What are you going to eat, Drew?
I don't know yet. I don't even think that far ahead. I just look at it like this. Just chill, watch the game. Watch the other games. I might do a parlay.
Might do a Philly cheesesteak.
I don't know. A lot of, like, tell you the truth, a lot of places my way don't make a good cheesesteak.
What?
And everything. They don't. A lot of people in my part of the neighborhood.
Okay. I'm under the impression that I could go anywhere in Philly and get a damn good Philly cheesesteak, but I guess that's not the case, huh?
Yeah. But I look at it like this. I got a parlay set up. I might put the money down and bet that parlay and everything. So I'm very comfortable. I'm probably going to put money on this parlay that I already put like a couple of days ago. But now I think the Eagles get back on track. Eagles have the toughest schedule in the league, and they're 5-1 with the toughest schedule so far.
Well, I'll admit they got a much harder outing this weekend compared to the 49ers. Of course, the 49ers had a tough time against the Cleveland Browns. They were bound to lose. And what better than to somebody with the top-rated defense in the NFL? But I'm going to say
Jets had a good defense, too. Jets actually have a good total defense. They in top 10, but
they're just not playing good
really
offense.
Bad against the run.
Yeah, they're just not playing good offense. But the Eagles are a -2.5 favorite on the spread. I think that they easily cover the spread. Yeah, or if you want to go with the over, that's a little bit riskier. But, no, it's actually the same odds, -110. Easily cover the spread or over 52 points. But Eagles win. That would put you guys at, 6-1? Put the Chiefs 6-1. I think Detroit Lions are going to be 6-1. And I think the 40. Let's move on to Monday Night Football. Of course, Chicano Prophet says, Drew doesn't like Mexican food. Can you believe it? I could believe it because, Drew, do you even have good Mexican food in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You do? Mexican good. Okay. But are they good? Like, can you get a real burrito? You never had a California burrito, man.
Tell you the truth, I don't really eat out. I try not to go to restaurants that much. Because I'm really picky when it comes to me eating. Like, normally when it comes to certain food, I gotta cook it myself.
Chicano Prophet bringing me back to my San Jose days. He says, Amato's on Saratoga was a damn good Philly cheesesteak. Where was that one, man? I'm trying to remember. Amato's on Saratoga Avenue in San Jose area, huh? Yeah. I think I do. Well, I used to live right around there. Yeah, California burritos are the bomb. And do you know what, Chicano? Now you live in Arizona. I'm shocked at how damn good Mexican food is in Las Vegas. It's absolutely coming along. I got invited to go to this, the Great Las Vegas Taco Festival, October 27th, 28th, and 29th, with a very famous Mexican singer. I know you guys have heard of him. Ramon Ayala will be headlining. Every top taco place in Las Vegas is going to be there. They're going to have tequila tasting, mariachi, and like I said, Ramon Ayala. I think I'm going to do that, and I think I am going to vlog that. Thank you for everybody that's been sending me the kind messages about my little vlogging stuff going on. I know Little Penny is a big fan of a Mexican American vlogging superstar from Las Vegas. She got 200,000 subs. I was hanging out with her at that event the other day, and she had some very nice and kind words and great advice for me. We're just a really small channel, barely cracking 600 subs. We're struggling here, guys. Let other people know. We're even doing football now. I'm even trying to vlog about the city of Las Vegas just to get the subs up. I get a lot of kind words, but they don't reflect the subscriber count. So, Drew and I would greatly appreciate it if you get the word out to tell people, hey, man, just go hit up Shoe Shine Boxing. They do football now. They do boxing. And Dave is trying to show a little bit of what his life is like in Las Vegas. That being said, I had no idea, Drew, how many 49ers fans there are in the city of Las Vegas. The Niner Empire. Just go to Niner Empire Facebook group in Las Vegas. Drew, it's like I never left the Bay Area. Last Sunday, I went to go to, they got a new grocery store called Grocery Outlet, which they got all over California. They just opened one by my house. So now I feel like I'm really home. I go over there right before the Niners game, and I must have seen 5 people walk in with Niners jerseys. They don't know each other. I'm talking to the manager. She's wearing her Niners gear. She telling me, oh, you're not a member of Niner Empire on Facebook group. What are you doing? Telling me all the great bars where everybody hangs out. It's like I didn't leave home. It's great. I feel welcomed in the city of Las Vegas. It's a comfortable place to be. You know, a diehard Niners fan here. It's also a great place for Raiders fans. So that being said, Drew, 5-1. We play the Minnesota Vikings. I just showed, if you guys didn't see my friend earlier, Speech, who's a hardcore Vikings fan. Somebody on Facebook made this for him. They said he makes a lot better Niners fan than he does Vikings fan. Kirk Cousins, Drew, plays absolutely awful whenever he's in primetime. Is he going to break the mold?
Hell no, they're getting blown out.
They getting blown out on Monday Night Football?
They're getting blown out on Monday Night Football, man. They don't got Justin Jefferson. They're getting blown the fuck out.
That's right. They got their backup quarterback. This is a great opportunity for the Niners to rebuild. I saw Little Penny say he thinks McCaffrey will be back. It was an oblique injury, something he was trying to stretch out in the last game. Deebo Samuel's injury seems a lot more serious. But Christian McCaffrey, he's just a beast. As someone else said, Tyreek Hill is a beast. He's a speed demon. I think Christian McCaffrey comes back to play. This guy doesn't miss any games. And he's got, 16 touchdowns or 15 or 16 touchdowns in a row. He's on track to break records here. He's already broken a record for the 49ers. I think he comes and he plays on Monday night, even if it's for a couple of quarters, and he's going to put another touchdown on the board easily. What do you think, Drew?
They get blown out.
They get blown out. All right, well, let's look at the odds. A very easy spread to call. -7 for the San Francisco 49ers. +7 for the Minnesota Vikings. -305 on the money line. And if you think the Vikings are going to upset, yeah, you can get paid nicely at +245 on $100. So where is Speech? He didn't make the call, guys. If you guys want to call before we get going, I did need to get off the air right around 8:25, 8:30. Just getting into the rhythm of how fast we could talk about every single game. Of course, if you guys also, I'm going to extend an invitation. If you guys want to be a panelist on Wednesday nights with us, please hit me up on Instagram or my Twitter at @shoeshine_boxing if you want to be a panelist and talk next week. We'd love to have you.
Just don't get emotional, okay, guys? Like, we deal with enough emotional people on Monday nights as it is. You don't need to deal with emotional people 2 nights a fucking week, please.
Little Penny.
For the
Little Penny.
God, like, seriously, I do not need to deal with emotional people 2 nights a week in fucking chat.
Man, I don't think
they want fucking attention.
I don't think football fans are anywhere close to as being as passionate or as boxing fans. Honestly, I think boxing fans were among the best and among the worst of fans.
Like Dave, I get what you're saying, man, but I got people trying to get my fucking attention. They want to be on my jock so fucking bad. They want to get my attention and chat and everything.
Well, listen,
and I realize I just don't give a flying fuck about them. It get emotional after a while. I just don't need that on Wednesday nights, Steve.
I don't think we're going to get that in. We got Little Penny saying, count me in. Little Penny, hit me up on Instagram. I'll give you the chat link or on my Twitter. And he dropped this funny comment. He says, agree or disagree, Norma Gelly has the potential to be a super hot chick if she works out more. If you didn't see that video, she's sitting with me and the Homeboy Graphic one. And by the way, that other vlogger that was sitting on the table with us, he thinks Norma's already super hot. as quite a lot of people. I'm shocked. But
I don't know who Norma is.
Well, you can just watch the video. She's and you can decide for yourself who that was. But no, honestly, she's amazing YouTube content creator. Almost 200,000 subs, Drew. Almost 200,000. You know what you realize when you break that 100,000 and YouTube sends you that big old plaque? You basically don't have to have a real job anymore. That is your job. That is it. We're just like what 999,500 subscribers.
So did they give us each one, or they gave you one?
I think they just give you. I think they just give you one plaque to share. You can't. What are you gonna do?
Or they just, you just get a fake one made for me and just go. Let's get the fake one made.
All right. Yeah, Little Penny says the most passionate football fans are from Dallas. Yeah, they're hardcore fans, man, and that's why
fuck the Cowboys.
And they do such a great job of going and traveling to other people's cities. And of course, we had our friend Derek Ware. If you guys want to catch some more football talk, I highly recommend our friend Derek Ware tomorrow over at Urban AZ tomorrow night. He does his football picks. He's a former Dallas Cowboys player and former Arizona Cardinals player, and hopefully we'll have him back. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Drew, it was a quick show. You all right with that?
Yeah, it was a quickie.
It was a quickie. All right, Chicano says, I love it when Drew has to deal with emotional people. All right, well, there's a lot to talk about. I'm excited, guys. There's a lot to talk about. People in boxing world are fired up. I be watching. I'm working from home remotely, and it's crazy how long people will flood the Boxing Voice for 7 hours and other popular channels just to get their voice. I wish that the Shoeshine could be that popular where people are flooding our phone lines. Remember, even on Wednesday night, the phone line's active if you guys want to call in. And I extend the invitation to be part of Tailgate Talk. If you guys want to be on this short 1 hour show every Wednesday night, just hit me up and Drew and I will be glad to have you. Yeah, Showtime is dead. Lots to talk about. I'll be on Joe Habib's panel Thursday night, the round table at 4 o'clock. I'll be on there at 5 though. So don't miss that. I'll see you guys on the round table. I'll see you guys next Monday night on the Shoeshine. Drew, any last words for football season this football week?
Fuck the Cowboys.
All right, you heard it here, guys. We'll see you guys next Wednesday and next Monday night. Peace out, everybody. Peace.